Beth, what's your initial reflections on the draw?
I think frustrating. I think we definitely played the occasion. I think the fluidity and the flow of the game, we never got going, I felt, particularly in the first half. And I knew Canberra would be like a man-marking team, and it's quite unorthodox and hard to get hold of the ball, but I felt that we were tentative and, we needed this one out the way. That's how I felt genuinely when the whistle was gone. I was happy that we never conceded after that, and we came away with a point and undefeated in that sense. We have to celebrate that, but I think I'm looking forward to moving on to the next one and getting this occasion out the way and moving forward.
What went wrong with the goal? Just a misread?
Yeah, I need to see it back. I think it was just exactly that, like it bounced and went to be cleared and it went in. I thought other than that, in terms of dealing with Heyman and the threat of Heyman, I thought we did a good job of that. In terms of them really hurting us, like getting in behind in real clear shots, thought we dealt with that well. I just, it wasn't a great performance from what I can see this team can do. It's probably not mirrored on the pitch today, and I think everybody's a bit frustrated with that.
Is there a testament to Maurice's character, a moment like that, and she bounces back?
Yeah. Absolutely. I think, and she did tell me she scored a few times here, and she actually scored a set play goal in training yesterday as well. So, there was something in the air for Marisa tonight, and she's obviously had a tough run, right, two ACLs, and to come back and go and score in the opening game, I think that's credit to her.
And that early chance with Samba, was that a case of maybe just rushing shots?
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a lot of noise, right? And for this team, but also for someone like Samba, you feel that pressure probably a little bit. And I think, again, the occasion, I think everybody, you felt that a little bit in some of the decision making and the technical getting hold of the ball and keeping the ball. It felt like a hot potato at times, and sometimes you've just got to move past these games. You can unpick them to death, but there is something around moving on and focusing on the next opponent, and building on some of the mental learnings more than probably some of the tactical learnings. Going from there.
Just one for me. Tessa wouldn't come out for the second half. Why?
Yeah, it was medical. I'm not sure on the detail of it, but she, I knew she felt something there, and we didn't want to take any risk. CJ had to come out the game because of she's had no games for us yet, and this was our first one, and so straight away in the matter of 15 minutes, there's your starting midfield out. But I thought, to be fair, the players that went in did really, really well.
So Bandari is real scrapper. I mean, Are you happy with how sort of things went up front and what may lay ahead?
Yeah, I think, in terms of like getting behind, I think we are a handful in terms of the back line having to deal with us when we do break behind. I don't feel like we threatened it enough. I just think today it just wasn't our day. That's how it felt in the entire time. I think we can be more. We can get hold of the ball more, move the ball more quickly, switch play, and get some more rhythm. I felt we just lacked rhythm at full stop today.
I know you've been a part of the Phoenix seem to, every season they seem to be almost starting afresh in a way. Did you feel that or did the pre-season help you to sort of get on the ground running?
Yeah, I think, I feel like we have to start afresh, right? If we keep looking over the last, I always say this, you look on the last page, you'll never move to the next chapter. And I think this group, we have to have a different mindset now, right? We have to know that every team is going to really get up to come and play this team, and we have to scrap and fight. I've never seen a team win who aren't together and who don't fight, and then you add football, right? And I think that's the bit that I was probably more frustrated with today, was the football. But I felt overall in them dying minutes, this team in the past might have conceded, and I felt they managed the momentum well and come away with a point, not a loss. And I think it's a long season. You've got to take your point and you've got to move on, and that's the beauty of club football versus international. You're not knocked out after one game, and myself, I've had many draws in my career, and you just move on. And would we have liked it to be 3? Should it have been 3? Yes, it should have. I think pound for pound this team should have and could have delivered 3 points. We didn't, and we have to move on and learn from that.
So you touched on, you're glad that this game's behind you, but did you feel that in the lead up to this opening game that perhaps weren't grounded in some way. You know, they just wanted to get that first game out of the way and then get into it.
I think it's just a lot of hype, right? We had an extra week hanging around. Opening game, the club have done a great job, put us here at Sky Stadium. There's a lot of talk, it's a double header. And so no matter how much you try and downplay that as a coach, it's there, it's real. You've got players who feel that more than others, and I think that's just football, right? A lot of the best players or the best teams have like minds of steel, and I think we're on a journey towards that. But I just think the occasion, and probably expected, to be honest with you, I'm coming in here today and think it's just going to be a walk in the park. I knew it was going to be one of them sort of cagey and moments that you've just got to build your way through. I just felt we at times could have like turned the screw a little bit more when we had that momentum, but that's football and you move on.
So next week, do you say, right, that's behind us now, let's...
Yeah, I said it to the group at the end. I think, the things I was pleased with, they're all a little bit frustrated. I think they know we've been on a pitch together for 8 weeks. We know what we can do. Did we do it? Not really. But I think now everything you do has to be recovery. We can learn and unpick this game a little bit when we get back in. And then it's like a 3-day lead into Newcastle Jets, and we move forward. And I get that Porrua Park atmosphere that I got to experience in the stands last year. So.
Pia Vlok made her professional debut at only 17. What have you seen from her in training? What did you make of her performance?
Yeah, she excites me. I think, in all honesty, she'd rolled her ankle and has had very little in the last 2 weeks. But she just excites me, and when you want to try and go and get a win, I think someone like Pia, with her, you would have seen her athleticism to run at players, and she just seems to have no fear, and I love that about her. I think she's got a huge future. One of the players that you look at and you think, wow, in 3 years' time, where could you be? And I think giving her moments like that is really, really important for her development.
Alyssa Winham probably surprised a lot of people in the position she was playing in the first half. How long has that been in the tank?
To be honest, not long at all. That was made in the last couple of days, and it hasn't really been a feature of pre-season. I think we've got certain constraints on the team at the moment and different injuries and what have you. I felt that her and Brooke Nunn could combine well, like two wingers together, and had more of an attacking mindset. It had its clunkiness, and you could feel that it's not been a pre-season theme. But I went with the team in front of me in terms of what I thought we could do, particularly when we win the ball, having more forwards there to go and attack. But yeah, I thought Alyssa was really good, brave on the ball, 1v1s, everything I know she can do.
You scored from a set piece as well. How crucial do you think nailing those set pieces is going to be in a league like this, where you see a lot of goals from set pieces?
Oh yeah, massive. I think for me, even where I've come from, I had a set piece coach, and we've put a lot more attention than previous on meetings, on set play sessions, and trying to get specialist deliveries and timing of runs. And I know that at the highest level that can go and win you a league, win you a championship. And so we put a lot of attention on. Players don't love it, right? It's not the most exciting session of the week, but what I will say, they've really bought into that, and I'm really, really pleased that we got one.